Welcome to Culture Screen, where we analyze culture. In this episode, we are summarizing the 10th episode from Season 2 of the Sopranos series titled Bust Out. It was written by Frank Renzulli, Robin Green, and Michelle Burgess. It was directed by John Patterson, and the episode first aired on March 19th, 2000. In the beginning, the police are looking for who murdered Matthew Bevilacqua. As Tony and Salvatore escaped out of the shed that night, they were spotted by a witness. The witness tells police that Tony Soprano was the man he saw that night leaving the shed. When Tony hears of this, he goes into an immediate panic and decides to go into hiding until he and his crew can identify and get rid of the witness. Tony goes to Neil Mink, his lawyer's office, and gives him a duffel bag full of cash so he can provide it to his family in small payments while he is gone. Moments later, when the witness and his wife realize Tony Soprano and the murder he is a witness to is mafia related, they have a change of heart. After confirming this was a mafia hit with his wife, the witness immediately retracts his witness statement, and we see Paulie calling Tony to make him aware of the good news. In another scene, we see Richie Aprile and Tony are using Davy's store as a way of repaying the gambling debt he has to both of them. Richie and Tony do this by buying products using the store's business credit. They then take the merchandise and sell it on the street. They remind Davy that they will continue doing this until he repays his debt to them. Davy grows desperate and even contemplates suicide. Davy doesn't tell his wife about this and even begins sleeping in a tent inside of his business as a way of hiding his shame from his family. Later on, Carmela has lunch at Nuevo Vesuvio's and is accompanied by Davy's wife. Davy's wife complains to Carmela about Davy's gambling addiction. We also see Richie Aprile is not happy with the share he is receiving from Davy's business, while Tony gets a much larger share for himself. Tony also cut into some of the profit he was making from the Soprano sanitation routes. This loss of income pushes Richie to approach Uncle Junior. Richie tells Uncle Junior that he would like to eliminate Tony and make Junior the new leader. Richie reminds Junior that he also tried to eliminate Tony the year before. Of course, Junior knows Richie does not have the amount or quality of muscle behind him that Tony does, and any attempt like this would surely end with both of them being killed immediately. Richie is unsuccessful in convincing Junior. Remember, I am summarizing the entire series, so subscribe and click on the notification bell to be reminded when I upload the next episode. I will be reviewing other TV shows and movies as well, so let me know what your favorite TV show and movie is so I can summarize it in the future. Doing these two things helps my channel out tremendously. Thank you for your support. Back at Davy's sports equipment store, we see Davy is still sleeping in the store. Davy asks Tony how this will end for him. Tony responds by saying that he and Richie will continue running up the store's credit until the business goes bankrupt, and that then once they have managed to suck all they can out of the business, his debt to both him and Richie would be considered paid in full. This causes Davy to have a minor breakdown, and Tony reminds him that this strategy he is using is one of his primary sources of income and that he was not cheated at all, even though he may think otherwise. Tony explains to Davy that he could have just as easily won a lot of money at those gambling games and that it would have been Tony who would have had to pay him out. It just so happens that he lost instead. Tony goes on to explain that he only allowed Davy to play in the executive games because he knew Davy had a business he could squeeze money out of in the event he could not pay his debt to him. In the last episode, Carmela ends by telling Tony that she doesn't want him getting a vasectomy and that she has only ever wanted him to herself. She also asks him to stop cheating on her. After finding out that a fellow crime family member had an illegitimate child, Carmela even went as far as asking Tony to get a vasectomy. After all of this, however, she finds herself attracted to a handyman who visits her house. The handyman is Victor Musto, the brother of Davy's wife. After a conversation, Carmela and Victor kiss passionately, even though Victor knows Carmela is married. Carmela cooks up a gourmet meal for both of them, and she invites Victor to her home again. Once Victor finds out Tony is involved with Davy and his gambling debt, he realizes Tony is a mobster and that he might actually be killed for what he did. Victor keeps the appointment with Carmela, but sends his assistant to complete the job instead. In the end, we see Tony and AJ's relationship has not been the best lately. Tony tries to get closer to AJ by taking him for a ride on his boat. Both are a bit bored until Tony forces a small boat with 2 passengers to capsize, and they both laugh and bond over this act. That was episode 23, titled Bust Out. To watch the next or previous episode summary, click on the link in the description or at the end of this video. Don't forget, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button if you enjoyed this summary. Every like helps me grow this channel tremendously. See you on the next one. We upload new videos every week, so subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. Click the notification bell to be notified of when we upload these videos. See you on the next episode of Culture Screen.